Holy hell. We had an absolutely perfect, is the word I want to use, interview with the one and only David Cross. You know him from Arrested Development, Mr. Show. The list goes on and on. His comedy has been a milestone for me and so many others. And he is so nice. His new special, I'm from the Future, is available on his website. I can't believe we got to bother him. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only David Cross. David, what's up, man?
Yes, hello. Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes.
Hello. Welcome to Bothering the Band. My name is Ryan. This is Abby, the producer. We can't thank you enough for doing this, man.
Wait, who's Abby, the producer?
That's me.
Abby.
Hello.
Oh, all right. It says Martha Sunshine. That's your hippie name.
Yes. Right.
Mm-hmm. That's her Darker Days name.
Yeah.
certain Mondays. Well, thanks for doing this, man. We promised this will be super fun and a little bit different because we only ask stupid questions and most of them are music related. So I'm ready to jump off. How are you and where in the world are you?
I am good. Thanks for asking. And I'm in Brooklyn. Thanks for asking.
Cool. And where
are you?
Oh, I'm in South Florida, but I am
Seriously though, where are you?
South Florida.
Ryan's stuck in South Florida. I'm in Wyoming.
Yeah, Wyoming's better than South Florida.
I'm so happy you say that. I am a New Yorker at heart, and everyone I talk to, like in my day job and stuff, they're like, "Oh, you're in Florida? Isn't that like?" They're spread out. And I'm like, have you ever been here for like longer than a week? Like, it's not anything special. It's real gross.
Oh, it's the opposite of anything special.
Well, now that we're on it, do you have any Florida stories or any opinions that you want to?
Clearly, I have opinions. Yeah. Like for quite a while, I just said because I don't have particularly good shows in Florida. I don't like Florida. And I know Florida is a very big state and I've haven't been to all of it, but I've been to some. I lived in Winter Park and Orlando and Jacksonville briefly.
When?
Oh, when I was a kid.
Wow. That's where we're originally from. We met in Orlando.
You and me? Holy shit. Wow, I don't recall that because we're not nearly the same age, but okay.
Abby and I met in middle school in Orlando. That's where we kind of grew up.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. No. Anyways, no, but continue.
Yeah, Orlando's like one of the worst places ever, but so I had been there enough, and my mom lived there for a long time, and I had visited and just as far as like working there, I said, there's no reason to come to Florida. I can travel all over the States. I can do all these other shows. They're fun to do. I enjoy going out, in the whether it's a small town or big city or whatever it is. And there's just no reason to do Florida because it sucks. And then my mom convinced me on 2 tours ago, like, oh, go to Florida. You have so many fans there and people want to see you and you haven't been there in a long time. I was like, all right. So I booked 3 dates in Florida, Tampa Bay, Orlando, and I can't remember the other one. I can look on the tour poster I have over here. Hang on one second. So let's see where it was. Fort Lauderdale. Yeah. Fort Lauderdale was the other one, and I don't remember the chronology of the shows, but each show got successively worse. And the first one was really shitty. And I had been having a great tour. It was so much fun, and I think it was in Tampa where a lady got really upset and started like really making a scene and threw a drink at me. It didn't even come close to hitting me, but threw a drink and was, fuck you. And then doing the like double barrel birds to everybody. Is like walking in a circle to show everybody the 360 bird as she was escorted out. And I think that was the first show, and it just got worse. And then I was like, okay, well, Mom, I did what you asked me to, even though I said this is going to suck, and it sucked before and it sucked again. And I know I said it before, I'm not going back to Florida, but now there's no reason to go to Florida. It's not on the way to anything. There's no you have to make a special trip. You have to go out of your way to perform for those fucking assholes. So no, thank you. I'm old enough. I can live the rest of my life happily by touring the rest of the country and not ever going to Florida again.
We have a theory on the podcast that no good bands, well, I shouldn't say no,
Skinner.
No, let me finish. Rarely do good bands tour here because of the peninsula, because you have to come in. There's only one way in and one way out. Also, it sucks. So
no, I go out of my way. You know, the places that I played that were not on the way to anywhere, that I go, I love playing there. I want to play there. You go out of your way if it's a fun show and you have a history there, but you don't go out of your way to play Florida. I mean, you do if you're fucking, Jason Aldean and Larry the Cable Guy. Sure, you go out of your way, but you don't. If you're me, no. And if you're, whatever, band you might be thinking of, then yeah, you don't go. Hey, it's gonna be hard, and it's actually gonna cost us money, but let's go to Florida.
Yeah. Well, what's your relationship to music?
We are we're friends. It was weird for a little while, but then obviously the first year is going to be strange. Not even the first year. The first 6 months was strange, and there was a lot of almost kind of stalking type of behavior. But then we just have too many mutual friends to not ever, and we're adults, and to resolve our issues. And I'm fine with her stripping, and it's not a big deal anymore. We're cool. We're totally cool.
Well, we always say there's no wrong answer here, but I like that you went a conceptual way with that one. So I don't know if you remember, but was that you in my daughter's play? I don't know if this is going to ring a bell.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter, right?
So
yes, that was me. Yes.
That was my daughter had, just to tell everyone listening, my daughter was in a Little Mermaid play.
That was you. I thought you were like talking about a tweet a random thing. That was actually your thing.
Yeah, that was my kid was in.
Yeah, I saw that. That's very funny.
And I the whole time, whoever's dad was playing King Triton, I'm like poking people around me. I was like, it sounds like David Cross. And I just put it. I just showed some buddies and I had to tweet it, and that's how kind of this all spiraled. And now you're stuck with us. So congratulations on your role as King Triton in a South Florida rendition of Little Mermaid.
Thank you. It was very satisfying. I mean, I'm a little ticked that, no, I shouldn't say ticked. I'm a little disappointed, whether mildly disappointed that I didn't win, but just to be nominated was cool for the Southern Florida King Triton Awards.
Which he went very out of his way to attend.
Exactly. Yeah. I would have had I knew I won. Yeah.
That's you should do that. You should just pop up in a really regional kids theater as, certain characters.
Yeah, I won't be arrested for that.
You get a casting director that is a comedy fan, or they might just throw you up.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about whether I'd be cast or not. That's not the issue.
Have you ever been arrested?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, just misdemeanor shit. But spent the night in jail in Los Angeles, downtown Los Angeles. That was a nightmare. But yeah.
Oh, sounds no good. When you were a kid, did you play the game Crossfire?
No, what is that?
Do you know what I'm talking
Where,
about? It's
where like one person is Tucker Carlson and the other person is like, you
yes,
know, Matt Max Boot or somebody.
yes,
uh
that's what it
I
is.
don't know. I haven't. What are you talking about?
It was this like kind of like a Hungry Hippos with bearings, and you had to like
Oh, wait a minute.
Crossfire. The commercial was more famous than the game.
I kind of, yeah, that's vaguely familiar. Yes. I'm sure I did. Yeah.
Crossfire. Have you ever met the other David Cross, violinist
Uh,
for King Crimson?
oh, yes. No. I'm sure I'm the bane of his existence. If I wasn't around, he'd, probably have a much more relaxed, easygoing life. But I'm sure he
Never
gets
met him though.
bombarded. No, I've never
No.
met him. But I mean, in 2 years, I want to say roughly 2 years, I guess a little under 2 years, there's going to be the big David Crossthon. And where's that this year? In I want to say Providence, Rhode Island, where all the David Crosses from the world get together.
Is this a bit?
Well, if it is, it's not a very good one.
I don't know. Abby's looking it up now. I know that for sure. While she looks it up, who's your favorite poet?
My wife.
Oh, I'm so happy. That was a trick question.
Did you have that?
That was a trick question, and I was so hoping you would say it.
Did you win money? Did I win you some money?
No, but I have like a little note, like favorite poet, his wife Amber.
Mm.
You got two poetry lovers here, so we often shoehorn poetry questions into these.
Oh, right on. Did you read her? Not the her last poetry book, which was a couple books ago.
Which one? What's the title?
Dark Sparkler.
Dark Sparkler.
Yeah.
Well,
it's good. It's really good. She's written a couple books. She actually has another book coming out in a couple months, but yeah, she wrote a couple books after that. But her last book of poetry is exceptional. It's thematic.
I guarantee you we will both buy it right after this. Yeah, because we're poetry geeks. But I was reading this and I finished it, and this is one of the questions. I finished it while getting a pedicure. So the question is, does that make you mad?
Does that make me mad?
Yeah, because you talk about luxury. One of the themes.
Yeah,
you talk about what did I write? Luxury. And,
wasn't it specifically about, it was an ex-girlfriend who got a 4-hour massage, not just once, but would get 4-hour massages, which is insane to me. That is the most self-indulgent, unnecessary. I mean, I guess what else are you going to do with that time if you're the kind of person that gets 4-hour massages? If you got an hour massage, what are you going to? You're not going to be doing like civil rights work or anything like what. So yeah, I was talking about that kind of stuff, but yeah.
So I don't know. I thought it was funny. I was getting a pedicure and reading your book. Similar in the book. Now that you're a dad, do you still hate Halloween?
No. I love it. Oh, so many things have changed since I'm a dad. So, I mean, Christmas is probably the single biggest change outside of like, I wouldn't say I love having chit chat with random strangers, but like now whereas I wouldn't engage with it unless it was, unless I had to, or just, I would, I was quicker to go like, I don't care if this guy or woman thinks I'm an asshole. I'm just going to leave this conversation because, but now, cause you have kids, you have to have chit chat. It's kind of similar to having a dog at the dog park, but you can always run away. But you also need play dates. And so, and if your kid is friendly with this other kid, then you've got no choice but to engage in the chit chat. But the single biggest change, which I welcome, I'm fine with it, is all the I just gloss over, not even gloss over it. I spackle it and hide it away in a fake wall of my cynicism for those holidays. And just watching my daughter and her friends, also where I am in Brooklyn, like this, our neighborhood like does it up. It's huge, and people turn their homes and the stoops, and it's like all the way down the streets, blocks and blocks long, and music playing, and they do it up, so and they'll create these kind of contraptions where they shoot the candy down these things from like the second floor, and there's skeletons, and I mean they do it up in my neighborhood, and it's really, 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 really cool. Very communal. New York is a very like each little areas, like everybody knows everybody and everybody's looking out for everybody, so it's like tiny little villages, and so people know her and her friends, and it's just they get dressed up and you make them weird outfits. She was a volcano. She was a volcano last year, just way at a volcano. So we made her a volcano, and it's a blast, and it's great. And I love seeing the kids, and I love giving the candy out, but I also love taking her around, and everybody knows her, and it's great.
Yeah. I definitely have softened up on Halloween. When I lived in New York, I hated Halloween. That was those nights, Halloween, New Year's, you say in your book too. I do not go out. There's no reason to drink. I can drink on other nights. That's like an excuse for the 9-to-5ers to go weekend warrior. And I hate it. Now it's different. Halloween is about the kids and the candy and the good times. Well said, by the way. So I have to, let's go back to New York. We're doing a live show in New York in July. Abby's never been. So I can't wait to show her around New York.
Well, be careful. I mean, don't waste your time. How long are you here for?
We'll be there for a while. I mean,
week.
Yeah.
Okay. Just don't waste your time there's a lot of places you could waste your time, and don't do it.
I'm taking her to like Strand. I'm taking her like the Stoop.
Oh, Strand's amazing. Yeah.
We'll probably be staying in like Greenpoint or something, and she's not going to get any tourist rounds.
Yeah, go to I mean, even Williamsburg is kind of tough now. It's very touristy and dense, and not in a good way. But yeah, Bushwick and Greenpoint's great, and Bushwick's great, and I'm not gonna tell you where I am. Don't come over here, but it's just great.
Well, if you want to do our show,
get some bikes. You should bike everywhere.
Have you ridden one of the Revels?
No, I have a bike, so
okay.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I just bike pretty much everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're not doing anything July 24th and wanna hang out, we're doing it at Littlefield.
Oh, I love Littlefield.
It's great.
I am there quite a bit. Yeah, Littlefield's great.
Love that place.
Oh, you know what? There's a great bar directly across the street. It's like, it reminds me of Atlanta, where I grew up. Oh shoot, what's it called? God damn it. It's directly across the street. It's like this metal bar, long, skinny, kind of railroad car type bar, but the nicest people. And it reminds me of Atlanta in a really good way. Like reminds me of fond memories I have, but it's like, it's just good. And metal is like not my, I like it, but it's not even close to the top 10 genres of music that I listen to a lot, but it's an awesome bar. Very nice people.
Do you know the name of it?
Street. I mean, I'll have to look it up. We'll should. Find it. I go there all the time. It's not 13. So I'll get it for you.
No worries, man. What is your favorite genre of music, or a couple?
I like, I mean, for in a just like umbrella term that doesn't mean much, but like, punk, indie rock, like that era of stuff, replacements ish era, Pixies,
Love it.
The Lucky 13 Saloon.
Thank you. I've said the 13th step, but I knew that wasn't it. Yeah, Lucky 13 Saloon. It's great.
It
It's
looks
not a
really
saloon.
fun.
It's really cool. And as I said, like really nice people behind the bar and at the bar.
Moving on, dumb questions. This happened. So this is right out of real life. Okay, you open the fridge, you're going to get some blueberries. You open the package of blueberries. Some of the blueberries have mold on them.
Mhm.
What's your stance? Do you pick out the moldy ones and eat some of the other ones, or you throw the whole
Yes.
thing away?
No, what fucking asshole throws the whole thing away? Fuck that. I mean, yeah, you pick out the moldy ones and you eat the good ones. You maybe give them a rinse. How fucking lazy are you?
I'm right there with you. It was just we're finding questions in everyday life. I would say I would just dump the whole thing in a smoothie and be like, we're testing mold today.
Now that I don't do. That's cool that you do it. That's fine. No, I'll pick the moldy ones out. And I do. I mean, I literally will do that because no, we don't go through a whole lot of blueberries on our own, my wife and I, but we have a lot of fruit for the kid. And, sometimes you just don't get to the whole thing before some of them start going. So you just pick those and
yeah. It happens with raspberries. My daughter loves raspberries. So I buy just a shit ton of raspberries. And then some days she's just housing them. And then other days, those things turn quick. So I'm like, well,
they get a little fuzzy.
Yeah, get a little fuzzy in South Florida. What's your favorite Creed song?
I guess their anthem, Ode to DeSantis. They love Ron DeSantis.
I had to ask. And then in one of your specials, you say they're the third worst band in history. Who are the first two?
I mean, I'm gonna go with the Eagles and the Doors. I don't know, but I'm gonna put them in there.
Oh,
I don't know that there's what the rankings are. I just sort of I said that's a you would fill in the blanks.
Yeah. I think Abby would go Fleetwood Mac. I'll agree with you on the Eagles.
I like Fleetwood Mac. I've come to appreciate them. I've come around in my old age to a lot of bands, but the Eagles have always been a head scratcher. I used to fucking hate them like that. And while I appreciate some aspects of the Doors, that when I hear that fucking circus organ thing or whatever, the keyboards, and then I hear his American poet bullshit, I'm like, what the fuck? And if there were only 100 bands, then yeah, they'd be all right, but there aren't. There's tens of millions of bands. So
there's a lot of good bands, a lot of better bands.
Yeah.
I wrote an article about the Eagles and it's their polarization. People love them or hate them. And also I dove into, are they, because if you look at their albums and stuff, it's just Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Are they Eagles or the Eagles? Like Pixies. Isn't the Pixies just Pixies?
Yeah, same with Talking Heads.
Yeah.
It's Talking Heads, not the Talking Heads. The is actually the. Yeah, nobody knows that.
Bravo.
This is the day.
When's the last time you had a Slurpee?
Oh shit. I mean, probably not since Georgia. I mean, it's probably been since like high school, I'm gonna guess.
You're gonna think about it next time you're in 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I still won't get one.
No, you'll just think about it. You don't get one. God no. Okay, this is my favorite.
So I appreciate the randomness of these questions. It's interesting.
Yeah, I told you we're a little bit different. So this is my favorite question. What is your favorite Beastie Boys song, and why is it So What You Want?
Um, I mean, it's one of those things where it would probably change based on when you ask me, but I love So What You Want. I mean,
I
I
love
mean,
that
there's
song.
so many great songs. I'm gonna, I gotta say though, again, this is also because like introducing my daughter to music, but um, I tried to get her into Intergalactic and she didn't like it. It was too weird. But then uh, I'm sorry, but Sabotage is just the greatest fucking song. I mean, it seems like the obvious choice, but it's the obvious choice for a reason. It's fucking I mean, the whole thing, everything about it. When those, forget it. It's great.
I couldn't agree with you more. It's like my favorite is So What You Want, but it's like Sabotage you can't ignore as the best of their catalog.
Yeah, I mean, Check Your Head is I mean, just the whole album is, I mean, everything. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Sabotage, best song.
I love it. When you were younger in Atlanta or your time in Orlando, probably, did you wear Jinkos?
No, what's that? Maybe.
Oh,
What is that?
Jinkos were the first trendy wide leg jeans.
What, like rave shit?
They morphed into rave stuff. They
Oh
were
no, I'm much older than that. No, I didn't wear that. No, I by the when those were popular, would have been humiliating and embarrassing to wear those.
they're coming back if you want to take another stab at
I'll take a dive.
So correct me if I'm wrong. You don't talk about, I was surprised in your book, you didn't talk about astrology.
Okay.
How do you feel about astrology? Abby,
Uh,
he rants and raves about God and all this like belief bullshit. And I'm like, I was so
yeah, I mean,
hoping you would talk about
that was just I guess uh I just didn't it didn't occur to me. But yeah, I have no my wife's kind of sort of into it in a way. And I shouldn't say into it, but does that thing that so many people do where they justify
Mhm.
that and tarot by going, it's fun, it's just fun, come on. And it's just obvious, clearly it's bullshit that you know past is science, back when we were really, really, really dumb. And now we're just really, really dumb. So we should know better. But yeah, there's no bearing in anything. But like, my mother-in-law and my wife love that shit. They love tarot. They love all that nonsense.
I instantly, whenever I hear someone say, "Oh my God, you're such a Scorpio," I instantly want to punch him.
I was gonna guess Scorpio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bastard. Oh man.
Hang on one second. I'm gonna get a beer real quick. All right.
Yeah, do your
Hang on.
thing.
Love it.
Okay.
This is just a thought on what we were talking about and your new special, I'm from the Future. You talk about, I've like died laughing and had to tell
Ryan,
people.
can I tell
Yeah.
everybody where that's available to watch?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's a bit unique.
Absolutely.
It's I decided to self-distribute it. So it's only available, exclusively available at officialdavidcross.com, and you can go and you can rent it, buy it, whatever the thing is. I'm not exactly sure. And then you'll have it and you can watch it. But that's the only place you can see it.
It's phenomenal. It is.
Well, thank you.
The part that like just made me stand up in my shorts is that when you talk about,
is that a euphemism?
Yeah, of course. Wishes and prayers have no power. I just like, man, that was solid gold. I was like texting. I was like, everyone watch this shit.
Thanks.
What's the best bar bathroom in New York to do a key bump?
Oh, I mean, I haven't done that in years, but gosh, I would say it was any of the bathrooms where you had the individual
Yeah.
kind of stall. Where the stall wasn't connected to anything else, and you would go in like
The Levy. Do you know that
I don't know.
place in
Where's the levee?
Williamsburg?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know that one. I mean, I go back a little bit further. So, well, I mean, Cokies. I don't know if you know that place. There was really a bar called Cokies where you could get Coke
I don't
openly. This is
I don't
back
know that
before
place.
Williamsburg was Williamsburg, but back in the day, geez. I mean, the individual, just the bars were the Max Fish, where you just go in and you
Yes.
lock the door and that's it. And it was those bars,
Those bars.
the individual places.
All right. Here we go with this one. Chips. What kind of potato chips are the best to wreck your shirt with one wipe of the hand? And this is a play on chipwrecked.
Oh,
And
boy.
I'm ashamed of it.
That's terrible. Okay, well, you're going to have to go follow my logic here. You're going to, of all the available chips, I'm going to go with the thinnest potato chip there is, right? Because that'll retain more grease and the crumbs won't necessarily fall off due to gravity. They might embed themselves in your shirt a little bit more. And then there's probably more grease per cubic inch of the chip. So I would go with that, but you want a powdery flavor to it, something with some color. So I'm going to go with Lay's barbecue.
I appreciate how much thought you put into that solidly dumb question. Speaking of shirts, what size shirt do you wear?
A 40,000.
40,000.
Yep.
Okay.
Like a medium 40,000.
Okay.
Although I've gotten fat in the last couple months, so medium up top, party on the bottom.
That's the saying. Well, I asked because we want to send you a Bothering the Band shirt. So we'll figure that out.
Sure. I would say medium.
Medium?
Yeah.
And how do you think those random shoes show up on the highway? It's another provoking question.
Just people in a hurry. They're really in a hurry. They can't be bothered.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't need the
like
shoes.
Every highway, there's just random shoes.
Dude, you're in Florida, so
I know. Maybe it's just Florida.
We don't have a ton of shoes. I know what you're talking about, but I imagine in Florida you have like 25% extra, whatever shitty weird thing you're talking about is.
Crocs.
Like, what's with refrigerators with body parts in them? Like, well, New York might have had a couple of those, but Florida, they're probably every 25 miles or so you get. What's with all the fridges with the
Oh man. Do you ever say live in the dream when someone asks you how you're doing?
Trying to think of a clever answer, but I'm just gonna go with no.
God, no. God, I hope not. Mr. Bean or Mr. T?
Oh, that's a good one. In a fight, I'd say Mr. Bean, but if you're looking for a character to do a cameo in Fast and Furious 14, whatever they're on now, I'm going to go with, again, Mr. Bean. I'm going to go with Mr. Bean both.
I love the Fast and I know Abby appreciates the Fast and the Furious reference. She loves that shit. And I was scratching. I was like trying to think of a Mr. Show related question. Mm-hmm. And that's the one I came up with. I'm glad you went Mr. Bean. That's the correct answer for both. Do you have anyone in your life you refer to by their full name?
Oh, that's a good question. Wow, that's a good question. Yeah, Cher.
Madonna then as well.
Yeah.
How often did you
Well,
do you and
Madonna's
Cher?
Madonna Cicciolini or whatever, the Ciccone or whatever.
Do you and Cher get together and go to
We're
Cookies?
we're part of like this this Pinterest group, sharing stuff and crafts and things of that nature. And every once in a while I don't know how she got my info, but she'll call up and yeah, I'm coming. The weird thing is she'll say, I'm coming to New York. And then within about a minute of the conversation, it becomes clear, oh, you're not coming to you haven't purchased a ticket. You're not planning to come to New York. You're trying to get an excuse through me to come to New York. You know what I mean? Like it starts with like, I'm coming to New York and I'll be there in 2 weekends. Are you going to be around? Let's go to the Bowery Bar, blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, oh, well, I have to look on the calendar. I'm not sure. And then it becomes apparent like, oh, you had no plans to come here. You're just trying to get me to commit to going out and hanging out with you. And then you're going to get a ticket here. That's weird.
Cher, such a flake. All right. Do you know anyone with a
Yes, I several.
Yeah. Do you know anyone with a live, laugh, love sign in their home?
I bet I do. I bet friends of my in-laws have one. I'd be willing to bet. They're all in Santa Monica.
Oh.
So I bet
I think Cher has one too.
Yeah.
Oh, I know she does. And I know where it's tattooed, and I don't want to say.
It's do you believe in live, laugh, life after love? Nailed it.
No.
What was the last email you forwarded?
Oh, it was to my wife, and it was today, and it was oh gosh, what was it? I know I sent something to her, and I know it said FYI. I think it was a school related thing, our daughter's school. It was like FYI, and I sent this thing.
FYI, this is yours.
Yeah. FYI, you handle it.
Yes, of course. Buried or cremated?
Oh, cremated. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I want my ashes buried. I want to get a burial plot and then get cremated, have my ashes buried, and then the headstone would read, "Here lies David Cross. His last wish was to be cremated."
And then the burial plot is set on fire.
Why do you try to keep improving my bits?
It's not. It's.
I kind of do a succinct thing.
Okay.
And then you like try to do a topper to it, and like, no, it's not. Leave well enough alone, Ryan.
You got it.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to discourage you. I want you to keep putting. It's called putting a hat on a hat in the comedy writing business, or gilding the lily is another term. You got your thing, and then it's like putting a hat on a hat. But go ahead.
I've never heard the putting a hat on a hat.
Yeah, it's a writer's term.
I'm writing that down.
It's good.
Yeah, got some diligent notes here. When you put your shoes on, do you go sock, sock, shoe, shoe, or sock, shoe, sock, shoe?
I do sock, sock, shoe, shoe. I don't understand. I'm sure there are people that have like, left brain versus right brain or whatever and do a full, that's just weird to me. Very strange. Like if I had to hop to the other shoe and sock, I might do it if there was stuff on the ground, but just all things being equal and you're at home and sock, shoe, shoe. Then take them both off, then take the socks off, switch them up, put the shoes in the oven for 1 minute at 350, put them back on, and leave. Come back in, take the shoes off, leave the socks on, put the shoes back on, put another pair of socks over the shoes, take those off, and then leave. Come back in, remove one shoe and the other sock from the other. All right, go.
I'm not going to put a hat on that hat.
That's a big hat.
Yeah, that was a big hat. I watched your interview with Maynard from Tool, which was great. I don't even have a question. I just loved it. So thanks. Good. Thanks for that.
I think he was appreciative just to talk to a friend and not a stranger doing PR stuff, you know.
The vibe was great. I loved it. Do you follow us on Instagram?
No.
This question. Please do. Actually, that's our shameless plug for the listeners. Everyone follow Bothering the Band on Instagram.
And I'm sorry. I thought you meant Us Weekly. No.
Yes.
No, I do not. Because I get us every time I go to the airport. I have a subscription to Airport Us Weekly and
Airport Us Weekly.
Yeah.
I love an Us Weekly. Look, stars. They're just like us.
Yeah. My favorite one ever, and there's a lot of them, but my favorite one of those things was it was Arnold Schwarzenegger with a water bottle, and is like, you know, just had, you know, a water in his hand. Stars, they're just like us. They quench their thirst. they quench. Just, can you believe the stars do it too? Wow, we all live on the same planet. Oh, they quench their thirst just like us commoners.
That's hilarious. Do you remember what kind of water it was?
I don't. You know, it was like a bottle of water, whatever, plastic bottle. I don't know.
Have you ever caught yourself in any of those, you know, magazines or anything like that in the background of somewhere? Or you know,
when Amber and I first started dating, and she moved into my place, and there's it's not like Hollywood in any way, shape, or form, but there still is paparazzi in New York, and they'll hang out. And for like the first couple of months, I guess when it had already been kind of established, like we'd get paparazzi. I think more because of her and less me, but it was very strange because we'd be walking the dog, and you know, those shots are taken from far away on those telephoto lenses, so you can tell it's from far away, but the technology is now pretty good that they can get it doesn't look like a regular shot, but you'd have to pay attention and go, oh, that's shot from, you know, a quarter mile away, you know. But so we got some of those. That was weird. But not in a long time. Not in a long time.
If you could travel back in time, when would you go to, and what would you do?
Well, I'm working up a bit about this, but I would go back in time and kill baby Jesus.
I like it.
Just to make the world a better place.
I am not opposed. I think that's a fabulous answer.
But it's a new bit that I'm working on. I'll keep working it out. But that's the premise.
I love it. What's the future look like for David Cross?
You know, I will say that it kind of, and I'm being a bit serious here, it really depends on the direction the country takes in the next year and next 2 years, really. I think that'll determine what my future looks like, what my family's future looks like. And I've just been thinking a lot. I'm first generation. My dad came. My dad's whole family came from England. Part of that whole better life for my kids, immigrant story. And I think about what can I do to give my daughter the best chance in life, the best. We're starting ahead of the curve. We have money, we have friends. I can travel internationally, but as much as I love New York and I appreciate New York and I like the general, in a relative sense to the rest of America, the politics here and the tolerance and the progressive ideals, I just, wonder if there's a safer, better place for my daughter to grow up where we don't have to worry about certain things and the people around her are being taken care of, and it's a equitable, just society that's not overtly racist and sexist, and so I've been thinking about that, and I talked to my wife about it, and I know people made sacrifices for their kids, and I've been thinking about it. So the immediate future, I'm hoping to be working on Bob Odenkirk and Bill Odenkirk and Anna Salinas and I have been writing this show for Paramount Plus that we will be turning in the first 4 episodes in a matter of weeks, and we will wait to see if it gets picked up and then order for production. I would love to do that. And then regardless of whether that goes, I'll be out on the road in about 1.5 years. And I know I'll be doing that. And the rest of the time I'll be hanging out, raising an awesome, very spicy 5-year-old girl. Very saucy, very, she's quite the, be careful what you wish for, I'd say.
I'm right there with you. I have a 7-year-old and it keeps getting spicier. That's a good word. And I can't think of a better way to end the episode than that sentimental mission. I don't know what to call it, but we wish you the best of luck. Everyone go right now, watch I'm From the Future, official davidcross.com. Pay the money. It is fucking fantastic. David,
well, thank you so much.
Man. That's our show. Thank you so much for doing this.
Absolutely. My pleasure. You guys were great.
This is fun. And we'll send you a shirt.
Yeah, please do. I will wear it. Absolutely. Cheers,
cool,
guys.
Man. Have a good one.
Night.
Okay. Good night. It's so great that we can do this, that we can all do this and gather here. And because we got vaccinated, because, we wore masks and we all acted like responsible adults, we can do this. We can gather and do this and not die. It's a good feeling. Because all over America, they're gathering and doing this, going to a show like this, not like this, probably more of a Jason Aldean, Travis Tritt, Jim Brewer vibe to it, but they're gathering in a space like this, unvaccinated, unmasked, and some of those people will die. They will die of COVID. They'll get COVID and they'll die. And it's important for me that I take no more than a little bit of joy in that, that they will die of COVID, because people are going to die of COVID. That's just fact. We know that. That's the numbers. So those are the people that should die from COVID.
Those are the, I mean, who knows how many people they've infected and unwittingly killed, how many people they've made orphans or widows or widowers. I mean, so people are going to die of COVID. Those should be the people that die. And it's what I'm saying is it's okay to wish them dead. It's all right. I'm giving you permission to wish them dead. It's all right. You know, don't be a dick about it. Don't go on TV and say it. But you know, just quietly in here in your heart, you can wish them dead. And the reason it's okay to wish them dead is because wishes have no power. It's okay. It's fine. It's okay. You can wish for whatever the fuck you want. Doesn't mean you're gonna get it. Wishes have no power. Wish away. Wish away. It's fine. In fact, wishes have, and this is scientific fact, wishes have exactly as much power as prayer does. Same thing. Same thing. You have 100 people praying for something here and 100 people wishing for the same thing. Same results every single time, exact same time. Now, if those people, those two groups could get together and combine their absurdist, ineffective things, oh my gosh, the power they would have. I wish that your prayer would come true. Well, I pray that your wish comes true. A deal was struck. And nothing ever changed.